Replacement of sharpener stone. In case of breakage, change the sharpening stone or when you find that it has lost its sharpening capacity. Remove the bolt, and the sharpener cover. Remove the bolts and the cover. Loosen the chain tensioner. Remove the bolts from the sprockets. Remove the sprockets and the chain. Pull out the 2 cutting gears and remove the bottom of the transmission housing. Using an Allen key, remove the 2 bolts F. Remove the sharpener from the machine. Install a new stone set in the sharpener skirt, and reassemble all of its components. Always use original JF stones. Non-original stones can break during sharpening and cause an accident with personal injury and machine damage. Replace the sharpener in the machine following the reverse order of disassembly. Safety pins. The harvester is equipped with 2 safety pins located on the shafts of the cut-size gears. The function of these pins is to protect the machine in case of entry of any foreign matter or if an overload occurs during harvesting. When one of the safety pins breaks, the gathering platform stops working immediately even though the rotor continues to rotate. In case of breakage, replace it with another one of the same specification. Remove the bolt A, and the sharpener cover. Remove the bolts and the cover. Loosen the chain tensioner. Remove the bolts from the sprockets. Identify and remove the broken safety pin. Remove the sprockets and the chain. Pull out the 2 cutting gears and remove the bottom of the transmission housing. Using the pin punch found in the machine toolbox, remove the safety pin H, that is broken. Generally, the pin that breaks is that of the shaft with the largest gear. In addition to the conventional pins, 5 more special safety pins, with greater hardness, are provided along with the machine. Insert the new special safety pin. Using a compression punch, or 2 hammers, rivet the pin ends, so that they are tightly mounted. After changing the pin, replace the bottom of the gearbox housing and the cut-size gears. Replace the sprockets, paying attention to the alignment between them, procedure already seen above. Replace the chain and tighten the sprocket bolts. Stretch the chain by tightening the chain tensioner. Replace the protective cover and tighten the 3 bolts. Replace the sharpener cover and tighten its bolts. Feeding drum knives. Each drum is equipped with 6 reversible knives. The good conditions of use of these knives guarantee better performance of the header and final silage quality. Check it periodically and replace worn or damaged knives. How to invert or change the drum knives. Remove the aligners by removing the bolts P. To remove the knives, loosen the 2 bolts, A, responsible for fixing them to the feeding drum. Since one of the sides is still not worn out and since the knives are reversible, 2 lives, we can reuse it by swapping it with the other drum. Considering that this knife that we are going to remove has a new opposite face, we can exchange it with the other drum. Replace the knife taken from the other drum for using the other side. Return the aligners to their places by tightening the fixing bolts. How to invert or replace the cleaners. The drums are equipped with 2 cleaners each. The function of these cleaners is to prevent the accumulation of crop underneath the drums. The cleaners are reversible. When one side is worn out, assemble it in the another drum, using its other side. To do this, proceed by removing the aligners through their bolts. With an Allen key, loosen and remove the bolt that holds the cleaner. If one of the sides is still not used, and as the cleaners are reversible, 2 lives, we can reuse it by exchanging it with the other drum. Replace the cleaner removed from the other drum for using the other side. Replacement and fixing of the outlet chute. To replace it, loosen the chute fixing bolts. Loosen the chute hydraulic hoses fixing bolts. Loosen the bolts and remove the piston from the outlet chute. Remove the chute. Replace it with a new one. Retighten the chute fixing the bolts with their respective washers. It is important to note that the correct position of the washers of the chute fixation bolts are with the sharp corner facing upwards, never downwards, in order to preserve the chute base. Replace the hoses and the hydraulic chute cylinder in their respective places, retightening properly. Chain adjustment. Inadequate chain tension may cause noise and premature wear. Check the slack every 50 hours of work or weekly. Make the adjustment whenever necessary. To adjust the chain, remove the sharpener cover. Remove the 3 bolts and the protective cover. Loosen the tensioner bolt A. Push the sprocket wheel against the chain, until it is tensioned. Check the tension of the chain. After adjusting the tension, retighten the bolt A. Replace the protective cover and tighten the 3 bolts. Replace the sharpener cover and tighten its bolts. Lubrication. Proper and regular lubrication is essential to ensure good machine performance and durability. The indicated intervals take into account its use under normal working conditions. In severe conditions, intervals should be reduced. Periodic inspections and the use of clean, quality lubricants are recommended. Grease lubrication. Grease nipples. Lubricate the grease points, A, from the chute turning every 8 hours of work or daily. Lubricate the grease points, B, of the gathering platform, every 8 hours of work or daily. Apply a light coat of chain oil, for example, Maxlub ND03 Bardol. If available, use special chain lubricant, spray grease. Lubricate every 40 hours of work. Lubricate the grease points, C, of the cardan shaft crosses, every 8 hours of work or daily. Lubricate the cardan shaft bars every 20 hours of work. Lubricate the grease points, C, of the cardan shaft crosses, every 8 hours of work or daily. Lubricate the cardan shaft bars every 20 hours of work. Lubrication of the feeding drum's gearbox. It is recommended when servicing the gearbox or at the end of each harvest. To do so, The old grease must be replaced with new grease. Box grease capacity 3 kg. Example: Lubrax LITH00. Lubrication of the gathering platform gears. During the season, lubricate the 3 grease points, C, every 8 hours or daily. When servicing the gearbox or at the end of each season, it is recommended to replace the old grease with new grease. Grease capacity 1.2 kg. Use lithium-based grease, NLGI2 classification. Example: Lubrax LITH2. Crown and pinion box lubrication. Lubricate the grease point, D, every 8 hours or daily. Oil lubrication, PTO gearbox. The first change must be made after a week or 50 hours of work. Other changes every 500 hours of work. For replacement, proceed as follows. Remove the breather plug. Place a suitable container to collect the oil that will drain from the gearbox. Remove the drain plug and allow the oil to drain completely. Replace the drain plug. Remove the level plug. Fill with the recommended oil, until the leak starts at the level hole. Replace the level plug. Replace and tighten the breather plug. Oil lubrication. Rotor gearbox. Repeat procedure for rotor gearbox. Daily cleaning. As important as preventive maintenance is the daily cleaning of the machine. Remove all crop residues from the machine, especially from the cutting header. Thoroughly wash the machine, drying any water that has accumulated. Do not use high-pressure machines for greater durability of hydraulic components. Annual overhaul. The annual machine overhaul should preferably be carried out by an authorized dealer. In addition to washing the machine completely, replace worn or damaged parts. Carry out general lubrication. Apply a thin layer of anti-corrosive oil on metal parts, retouch the paint of the parts where necessary and replace the damaged safety stickers.